Welcome back everyone. So we're back here in the fish room again, and I noticed that you guys really enjoyed the last video we did.
That was crazy.
And it was really fun to make, so we're going to do it again and go through a couple maybe different types of other species that we can breed and all the fish that you're breeding here in the fish room.
Yeah, we'll just talk about like some of the things that we breed here that seem to make us a bit of money.
Yep.
But like we said at the start of the other video, this is definitely not about getting rich.
No.
If you want to get rich, I would not be doing fish. This is completely about enjoyment. And
Exactly.
I guess if you're here, I can help you pick a few species that at least will pay for themselves, and you could make good money off of them. But with the amount of time and effort you put into it, unless you've got 400 tanks like I got, it's pretty hard to make money.
It's more about the enjoyment of doing it, reproducing.
Yeah, and then like
fun.
yeah, and sharing, like, you know, at the end too, sharing those fish that you've made
Exactly.
with other people.
Yep.
And yeah, obviously you get a bit of money for that, but most people, including myself, find good ways to continue to grow their hobby and spend it on more tanks and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is all about fish that are fun to breed and can make you a bit of money to pay for food and help you maybe get another tank set up.
Yep.
So yeah,
Let's get into it.
sweet.
Let's start with like a few community breeding species.
So like they have to all breed together.
Yeah, in the same
Okay.
tank. Don't need any grow out space.
Don't need any grow out space. So you got like, okay, let's just say like a 2-foot tank.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'd be helpful for someone who has like a 2-foot tank and they want to breed stuff, but they don't want to have all the excess.
Yeah, because like, yeah, that's true. Like we talked about this in the last video, but like part of the whole breeding thing is needing tank space. Right, so we got like here, lots of these little 2-foot tanks. Then you look right over here, and these aren't even suitable for growing out fish, but we have 4-foot tanks. So like, normally I'd like to have like a big 1,000-litre bin and like throw all my fish in there to grow
Like
them
an
out.
IBC or something.
Yeah, an IBC, but I just don't have the space. So we use 4-foot tanks, and it's kind of stunts the fish a little bit in some instances when we overstock them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you do need a lot of space to breed a ton of different types of fish. But community, you can still do it, and I used to do this to pay for my food and all that sort of stuff. We'll start with probably guppies / endlers. So if you come over here, this is like kind of a good example of a like easy tank to set up for community breeding. So in here, I've had these fish for years. Like I would have picked up my first trio of these in maybe 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had them for a long time, and I've actually tried to get rid of them
Yeah.
a few times, but then I've had babies survive, like just in duckweed and things like that. And you know, I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna keep this fish forever. So these are blue star endlers. They're really, really pretty, and I'm kind of glad that I did keep them.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, so the way I breed these is literally I just keep them in this tank. They're not too bad at eating their own babies. Like this could definitely do with a few more hiding spaces, but I've literally just got them in here, and the females, I just need males and females. The males are constantly chasing the females around, and then the females drop their babies, and they pretty much just keep breeding and breeding and breeding. Like it's shows you how easy it is when I've tried to get rid of them and they keep coming back.
The endless cycle of life.
Yeah, like I'll have like a few in a tank and then just take them all out, and there'll be like 1 or 2 babies.
Yeah.
Like I'd sell them all.
Yep.
And then the 1 or 2 babies would turn into
Male and female, and
yep.
off they
and
go
then
again.
yep. So this is one community tank, so I don't need any grow out space. I can just like pull out pairs when I want, and this is good for breeding. Like say I had a local fish store, I could just tell them I've got, you know, blue star endlers. You wouldn't get a lot of money for them because they're so easy to breed.
Yeah.
But I might get like $4 or $5 a pair, and that's definitely enough to pay for food.
Yep.
So like I'd tell my local fish store, hey, I'm breeding really good quality blue star endlers, go in with a few photos, show them what you have. And I wouldn't expect cash for things like this. Like I'd just go in and say, hey.
Store credit.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people have to be willing to take store credit. Like, and normally when I offer store credit, on fish, a fish shop should be making at least 200% minimum markup on fish. So like what I normally do is like a good measure is at least a third of the price is what you should expect. So like if a fish is like $12 in the store, you should be expecting to get $4 for it.
Yep.
That way they can mark it up again and again. So yeah, like these are probably only worth store credit at the end of the day, but they're easy. You can do them in a community tank and you can get food. So like you can get your store credit, get a bag of food, then it doesn't cost you any money.
And plus, I think this would actually pass as a display fish for me.
Yeah.
Like, it looks nice, it's a good looking fish.
Even if you don't want these, like we got normal guppies down here.
Yeah.
So like I've been working on line breeding these, and these are my like second generation. You can see I've done a pretty decent job getting some really nice males. These are 24 karat gold guppies.
Yeah, wow.
I'm trying to get that full gold color on them. But see, these are worth a bit more because of the effort.
Yeah.
But I can only do the line breeding stuff because I've got tank space to do it. But yeah, like these are another good one. I could probably get like, for a really good pair, probably get like $8.
Yep.
And people will probably pay cash. Like if I went into a shop and I had like a tank full of these, the shop would find it very hard to say no.
Yeah.
Because they're just so stunning. They're going to turn over really well. Like you have to think about, you have to put yourself in the shoes of your customer. The shop will want to, they don't want to sit on these fish because guppies don't live forever. You want to go in there with really beautiful, fat, healthy guppies, perfectly selected out pairs, and like, then that way they can put them in their tank, they'll probably turn them over in a week. Yep. You know what I mean? So, I don't really know what I'm trying to get at, but I'm just trying to say like, think about who your customer is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but these definitely pass as display fish
100%.
for me, yeah. And they've started actually dropping babies for me already, so you can see there's a couple in there, but...
Yeah, it just shows how easy it is.
Yeah, so there's not heaps of babies in there, but if you go over to this tank, you'll see there's so many babies. So this is a tank I've just let go wild, and that's because I know the genetics of these fish are really, really good, so I trust them to keep breeding true.
Yeah.
But these are more 24Ks, and look how many babies are in here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's so many.
It's hundreds.
And this tank is also making money on a few other things that you might not be aware of. So these pot plants in here, I'm actually making a little bit of money out of those pot plants as well. So I've got the luxury here of being able to sell things for a retail price. So like what I do is we create these little pots and we sell them in the shop with a plant in them. So like that one with the lotus, that might be worth $35, $40.
Yeah.
Right? So like all we do is culture the plant and we get a free $40. But like you can even do this at home, like that Vallisneria, it's all snail free, like really high quality Vallisneria. If you had like just a planted tank, you can take all those little sprigs out and bring them in for just like a couple extra bucks here and there to make that tank also get you a little bit of profit.
Yeah.
And the other thing too we haven't talked about is adding like shrimp or snails to the tank.
Yeah, this is a really good way.
Yeah, so we can easily boost up the production of this tank. And I haven't done it here because I'm stupid, like I should be doing it. But we can boost up the production of this tank by adding like bottom feeders. So like you could add like a bristlenose pair in here and they might have babies as well. Or you could add shrimp or snails as well. Like if you had like a cool yellow snail or a blue ram's horn snail or something like that.
Yeah.
People also sell snails. I personally don't like keeping the snails because they just get out of control for me.
Same.
And but people buy them, and I've had snails my whole life. We still fight against snails every day here.
And it's making good real estate of your tank.
Yeah, so actually
Making the most out of it.
we do have snails in some of the tanks. So like I like to use the mystery snails. So like up here, these are probably, this is actually a good example. We had some blue grass guppies in here. You can see there's little babies in here. And there's shrimp. See little shrimp swimming around. So we're making money on red cherry shrimp in here. They just breed and keep the tank clean. And there's also some snails in here, which breed and keep the tank clean too. So those mystery snails, you could probably trade them into the store for a couple of bucks each. And then it's just, you know, one or two like the Macca's mentality, $1 or $2 here and there. And by the end of it, you walk out with a couple $100 and you just do that every couple of months. And
So flies your hobby.
exactly, like, yeah, you're delusional if you think you're going to make any money off of like one tank, right? Like that's like just, how could that be possible? Everyone would be a millionaire. But with one tank, if you're paying for your hobby, having fun watching the fish grow up and all that sort of stuff, then win, 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 you know? So,
Exactly.
yeah, you can get some cool rare plants too, like these in here. These are, what we've been doing is splitting up these potamogetons. So I got these from Jason, and he gave me one. I grew it up for like 3 months, and I just repotted it. I took one home to grow in a bin outside, but I planted up that one, and I think I planted one on the other side of the room. But that plant might be worth $35 as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're just rare plants that, like, it's super easy to grow.
Looks amazing.
It looks cool. Like, yeah, exactly. It's just like all about like, yeah, just making things happen. So, and it's super easy.
And I guess you get the benefit of like the filtration side of things.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
cleaning the water.
If I had it my way, I'd cultivate plants because it's so much easier than fish sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, they don't die in the mail. They don't they don't get ick, things like that. So, I mean, plants come with their own sets of things. But yeah, plants can also help you turn that little community tank into dollars. Look how nice these are too. You could get some of these. These are my new unicorn guppies. I didn't start them, but I'm working on them. They're meant to have a red tail and a blue body, and then I'm trying to get the white top, so it's like the unicorn horn. And there's a few really like winning males in there, like studs. So what I've done with this tank is, this is part of my line brick. See, that one's probably going to be
I got that one.
But there's some champions in here. I can't wait to get to Nat's room. You'll see some of the guppies at his, bro.
Yeah.
Unreal. But he gave me these. But yeah, like what I did with these is I took the females out. So as they started to be able to be sexed, I left the males in there and took the females out and put them in here.
Yeah.
No, wait, this one. In here, and you can see they should all be virgin females. So I can take my nicest male out, put them in here, and then they'll continue the line and make it like really nice and perfect.
Yeah.
But I can charge I could charge at least $50 a pair for these guppies because no one's got them. And I'm putting in the effort to make really high quality, beautiful strain line bred guppies. So that's another way of turning a tank into profit as well, just like a strain of guppies.
Line breeding.
Line breeding, yeah. Like people want to pay for cool genetics and things like that. Like I would. I'd pay $50 a pair easily for those, you know what I mean?
Especially with something that looks like that.
And look at this plant. This is like a dwarf chainsword. So this will keep spreading through that pot. But if you had this in your tank, this would spread along the whole bottom of your tank.
Like a carpet.
Yeah, and then what you can do is go on eBay and list up the plant and say five little pups for $5, charge $5 shipping. You get like 10 orders a week easily for just this plant.
Oh yeah.
And you just rip it out of your tank, put it in a little thing, post it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so many ways that people just don't realize you can make money with your fish tanks. Like, yeah.
It's not just fish.
No.
There's so many other things that you can.
Yeah, shrimp. You can probably do shrimp on eBay. Snails. I used to make so much money on snails, bro. Like, we used to just pack up the ram's horn snails, and I'd easily pay for like food with snails. So yeah, it's all just those little things. Being professional, that helps you to actually turn it into profit. Like people ask all the time, dude. Like it's actually, I find it really frustrating because like I get people don't understand it. But like you have to treat yourself professionally, like basic business principles. Like when you walk into a shop, don't just go, oh, I've got these, and then walk out. Like the shop owner's not going to remember what you had. Like they check like 1,000 wholesale lists a week. They're not going to remember like your guppies. What you do, come in with a physical piece of paper, print off a price list, and say like, I've got these beautiful photos on it, a business name, how you take payment, all that sort of stuff, like professional, like as if you were a legit company. Go in and say, hey, this is my price list with like, unicorn guppies, photos of them, purebred, like write that all in there. Pairs, male and female, $10 a pair.
Yep.
And they'll be like, oh, how many you have? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring in videos on your phone, show them, like sell your fish.
Yeah.
Don't just expect, because otherwise they'll just be like, oh yeah, we can take them in. Because you have to act. Even if you only have one fish, act professional.
Yep.
And then they might start to actually offer you cash when they think you're a pro breeder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Like don't just walk into a store and be like, hey, I've got these unicorn guppies. Do you want any? And they're like, oh yeah, what do they look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like really good. Do you want to? You know what I mean? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
That's the approach anyway.
yeah, and then you start having a little, you start on your price list. Like I remember my first price list, I was so nervous, and I walked all the shops in Brisbane, I handed them in, and that was really the trick to getting sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, like acting professional, had like my little list, and I mean, the second you start having this available and that, and it looks all presentable, and they can just go, one of these, 10 of these, whatever, that's when you'll get your sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I feel like that would make it fun.
It is super fun.
Yeah,
I
having
miss it.
everything organised.
You know what I mean? Now it's like kind of like now we do a lot of online,
Yeah.
and I definitely miss that like hustle of like running around, and I should probably just do it again just for the fun of it, because like I used to run around to all the shops and used to bag up the back of the car. There's videos on my channel of it.
Yeah, I just remember them all in the crates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun, but yeah, it's cool. Like it's a good part of the hobby to like promote yourself, and makes you passionate too. Like once you start taking fish to shops and they're taking a few pairs, and you see them set them up, and other customers get all excited about them. And yeah, it's fun.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's cool. But that's how I do a community tank.
So I reckon,
guppies. Yeah. What else could you do? Bristlenose, like this tank.
Yeah, bristlenose are a good one.
This tank's getting a little bit nasty, but it's worth a lot of money. These are just longfin bristlenose, so they're like another cool variant of a fish.
Yep.
So they fetch a higher price. I literally added a pair of your bristlenose in here, and they just went nuts. And now there's a couple hundred in here. We also breed shrimp in here too. Can you see them all?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like brand new babies, old babies. There was also some whiptails in here that I wanted to start breeding, but I haven't seen them for a while. I might actually hunt around while we're on videos. We can spend all day doing this. Because I might set them up in another tank now that everything else is breeding.
It's a good idea.
But yeah, man, like look how many fish are in here. And yeah, the trick to breeding fish, if you've never bred fish before, like if I had to tell myself something when I was a kid, is patience. Just literally just set it up and don't touch it. Like let it do its thing. Like these fish, they're bristlenose, they're meant to be easy to breed. Didn't breed for me for like 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden they start breeding. They just need time.
Let nature take its course.
Yeah, let it settle in, let them become comfortable. It just needs time. So yeah, we even got a spawn of those zebs, which I can't believe. I hope that works out. But like, yeah, that was a 3-year process, you know. So
yeah,
but they'll breed in a community tank. They'll breed with your guppies too, but there's just not enough space in here. I think it was. Do you remember Steenfort Aquatics? You know Steenfort?
Yes.
I'd love to meet him.
Yeah.
One day. I used to watch his videos a lot. Like I try and watch his videos now. I just run out of time.
Yeah.
But I keep like checking in every now and then. But I remember he had this 4-foot tank, and I was like obsessed as a kid. Had just bristlenose and guppies in it.
Yeah.
And he just used to, like, his content was actually just pour a can of beans in it. And then you just watch him go nuts, and he'd take those into the shop, and I'm sure he made a lot of money out of that tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like...
That's a perfect example.
Yeah, that's literally, if you could find that video, that's a perfect example of how to do a community breeding for profit tank.
Yeah.
Pygmy cories.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah. There's only one good group of them going at the moment, and it's over here. I oversold these after the last video we did, dude. I had them up on my website. I reckon we sold over 150.
Far out.
Yeah. Here, wait. Oh, they're going to get skittish. You see them up there?
Yeah, you can see the
So that's
school.
like the breeding group there. There was like 3 left in here, so they built themselves up from that. But look, along the glass, there's an egg there, and the trick to breeding these is lots and lots of live food. So I keep them in here with shrimp, and the shrimp clean up as well, and we make money on the shrimp in here too.
Yeah.
So there's some nice blue dream shrimp in here. And then the cories just breed themselves. So every time there's a water change, there's like tons of eggs. And I just add a few pieces of rock, driftwood, and then this mop. And I guarantee under that mop is like 150 pygmy cory babies. But look at them. They're
Little
cute.
army of them.
Yeah, they're only worth a couple of bucks each wholesale, but local bred ones are so hardy. And if someone came into my store and they had like 100 of them available, I'd pay $300 for them.
Yeah.
As long as they were like, yeah, legit, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another one. There's heaps of different types of guppies you can do too. Look at this stud. Platinum red-tailed dumbo.
That's nice.
Yeah, isn't it? Community breeding. There's also another one up here. Tiger king cobras. I've been working on line breeding these too, just to make sure they're nice and pretty. But there's babies all up in that hornwort, which I can sell at hornwort.
I think another thing would be terrestrial plants.
You can make money on terrestrial plants. Like, I've been trying to figure out if I can actually do that.
Yeah, I don't know how far-fetched it is for the average person, but I feel like even if you could do it on like Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace.
We'll have a look. So, we're going to talk about this on my channel in a minute, but up here, this is like, I picked up, oh, we'll have to go on the other side.
Yeah.
I picked up these rare, well, they're rare right now. It's a Cynogodium, I don't remember the exact type, but it's growing in my fish tank. Help up on this crate and you have a look. It's really cool. But I'm just going to try and grow a few cuttings of that. A cutting of that would be worth like 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So you take a cutting like that, where you use this to propagate cuttings, and then you can put them in your little plant pots or whatever.
Yeah.
And sell them on Marketplace for like 10, 15 bucks. Yeah, I mean, it's as long as you got the time to do it. And I enjoy doing things like that, so... but you could make money on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at these too. Like, it's all about like presentation.
Yeah.
Which I learnt from like my mate Tony talks about this a lot. But presentation, like, see these pots here. Instantly, that looks like something you'd want to buy.
Yeah.
Right. Compared to like some little knotted up piece of shit plant. Like, that looks really nice. That's just an invasive water lily. You know what I mean? But someone would pay like 20 bucks for that.
Yeah.
And then if you had like a tank, a 4-foot tank just full of them, full of guppies, full of shrimp,
Yeah.
like instantly that starts really turning into dollars. You know what I mean? Like, you list that up on your Marketplace, people come to your house. Imagine if you had the lotuses, like these lotuses. Look how cool that looks. That's like a $50 little plant in there. There's a few little pups which I'm going to grow out and replant these so that next season I can have a heap of them available. But they also help filter the tank, and these tiger endlers too, making me a little bit of money as well. So yeah, I think like, if you can be smart about it, it's really not hard to make money out of this hobby. Especially us talking about it now, I'm like, oh, I'm so inspired to go make a bunch of these pots.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, especially with like all those little chainsaws. Like, what did I give you some of those sprigs of the other one? Yeah, I'll show you.
Not yet, I don't think so.
It's the, I don't know what the species is called, but I haven't listed it yet because I want to get like a ton of it available.
Yeah.
Oops. It's down here. I had a big group of it. Here, so in this plant, in this tank, you can see it's super dirty, but there's a nice little plant here. That stuff. It's like a chainsaw, but it grows like a pot of grass.
Yeah.
That's worth at least 40 bucks because someone can take that and plant that in their tank straight away. It looks really pretty. If I can clear up, it's so dirty in this tank. You're not going to be able to see it. I've got pots of it somewhere else.
Oh, you can kind of.
Yeah, it's just like a grass. It's like a little seagrass. Actually, I've got a display tank we can show you. But before we get to that, this is another one too you could grow. What is it called? Look at the shrimp all over it too.
Oh, yeah.
So you're making money on shrimp in this tank too. Look at this. I didn't even realise how many were in here. See them all? $3, $4, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
$1, $2, $3, $4, $5, you know?
Yeah.
It just all starts to add up. But yeah, pearlweed, that'll, like, pots of that would sell really well too.
Oh, yeah.
And it grows really easy. And the shrimp keep it nice and clean for me. It looks really pretty. I don't want to sell it because it looks too pretty. But yeah. You can see I've started off a little chainsaw in here. It's only a baby one. I planted it last week, but it'll grow.
Yep.
Here's some rare anubiases you could grow too. See that white pinto there? Wow. Look at all the cuttings coming off that. I don't know what's gone right in this tank, but it's absolutely loved whatever I've done to it in here. But yeah, that's worth like $60 a little cutting.
That's crazy.
So stuff like that, the variegated anubias.
If you can get that to go wild, that would...
Yeah, there's a nice one there too.
Yeah.
I know a bloke, he used to sell me lots of plants, but now I try not to buy so much stuff because I like to produce it myself. But he had, I never got to see it in person, but it was, his name's Caleb, whatever. Yep. He sells plants to other people too. I'll buy plants off him if he hits me up again though, with like, but he had a huge tank and he used to just make like heaps of money selling like lotuses, crypts, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the plant. This is what it looks like when it grows in. The office is super messy. But see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like spread from like a little bit of fertilizer, and you don't have to spend lots of money on fertilizer too. We use just like Bunnings fertilizer and a hydroponic fertilizer too.
It's going to town in there.
Yeah, isn't it nuts? Like a nice big grassy carpet. So if you had like a bit like that in your community tank, right? And then the way I would sell it, there's a bit of algae in here because there's not even shrimp or anything in here yet because I was going to do a video on it. But say you sell some of it on eBay, what I'd do, come in and just rip up a bit of your carpet. That's probably not good enough, but see, that, I mean, you might sell a little bit more than that, but all those little plants there, that could be like, you could sell that on eBay for like $2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you do like a little plant pack as well. You could sell a couple of the crypts and...
Yeah.
We'll plant this up while we walk around the fish room. But yeah, man, it does not need to be complicated. Here, we'll plant this up with this. This is a crypt here. Just plant that in there like that.
He's going to grow like crazy now.
Yeah, that's a cool one though. This crypt's an expensive one as well, and
it's really nice.
Yeah,
it's like a broadleaf crypt.
Yeah, but anubiases too. Yeah, the whole lot. So I think we've done a pretty good job covering.
Yeah, no, I reckon that covers the community for sure. I reckon for people who have a tank that they can breed a certain type of species with a lot of grow out space as well.
Yeah.
So like maybe if they had a 2-foot tank and they wanted to say, I want to breed fish at home because I really enjoy it and I have grow out space, like maybe they have a 4-foot tank or something. Maybe they want to try out a different species that's maybe slightly harder, more time consuming. But yeah. But it's also somewhat profitable to pay for the food and stuff.
Okay. Like it depends what kind of grow out space you got, but say like a 4-foot grow out space, people would instantly think like angels. I think angels are a horrible fish to breed for profit. Yeah. They just overproduce, lots and lots of culling, which people don't realise, like lots of bad fins and quite unenjoyable to breed. Like I don't mind breeding a batch of angels here and there, but rams are a killer. They're hard to do, but you can make a ton of money off rams, especially some of the rarer ones. So in here, I'm like crossing my fingers I can get some of these up to sexual size. They're nearly there, but we talked about these before. The black rams, I've only got a few of them left. Like I somehow miraculously got like my final female. There was a catastrophe I've talked about 1,000 times, but I've got these in here. I think that's a male, and then there might be little females in here. Honestly, they look all male. That might be a female there. But these would be worth $100 a pair, and they breed in their hundreds. Not saying they breed true, but they do breed really, really well. But so the way you breed those is you'd set up a tank with pairs. So like, these are all super messy. These are my new super red rams. Look at that one. Oh.
I can still see him there.
Yeah, so a nice red colour. I'm selling those for $100 a pair.
Really?
They're definitely worth it.
Yeah.
You can see they're different to the blue rams. Like it's subtle, but they are different. They just need they need a ton of breeders to try and line breed them. That's going to be hard to see.
I'll get some B-roll of that.
Yeah, but so you set up a tank with pairs, they lay their eggs. I hatch the eggs out like up there.
Yeah.
You can have a look up there. I don't know if they're fertilized, but actually I want to kind of check that out as well while we're on the topic. Chuck them up there. Hatching these out and breeding them is really, yeah, you can see there's actually embryos in there. I keep them up there to keep them nice and hot and incubated because that tank's got a heater in it. Can you see them?
Yeah, yeah.
They're about to hatch out. So the process for them is I hatch them out and then they go into the fry system on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And then I've got an auto feeder that doses food for them.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty complicated, but we do get nice big yields. And if you come over here, where they are. It's like, for instance, this is just like a small batch, but you can easily, this is like not hard to obtain. A couple hundred rams in a batch. A shop would pay $5 each for these easily.
Yeah.
It's like up here, these are all super red rams, confirmed. And they're the next generation that I have to pick from. Yeah, like that's like one batch.
So you'll pick your breeders out of this?
Yeah, but see what I mean? It's one batch.
Yeah.
We'll feed them while we're at it because it's fun to watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
But rams are a good one, definitely, if you want to
Yeah.
put some time into it. But I'd rate them, like, honestly, for me, I might just be a really bad breeder at some stuff, but I rate them like an 8 out of 10. If you're doing it at home, it's a bit easier because you can give them the attention they need, but
Yeah.
all my customers, if they want to breed rams, I tell them, you're gonna screw it up like 8 to 10 times before you get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, feed them some bug buffet as well. That's what I grow them up on. But like, there they go. They're just learning how to eat that.
They love it.
They do. You could breed Bosmanis or like any other type of rainbow. They just take a really long time to grow.
Yeah.
So these are nearly 8 months old and they're just reaching sellable size.
Alright.
Yeah. They're worth about $8 each, but they're really easy to breed. There's one Dubulei in there.
Oh yeah, I see him.
They're really easy to breed. Like you just move the parents from tank to tank.
Yeah.
I've got lots and lots of those. What else is there? Yeah, rams, rainbows. I like to breed. I mean, there's a million different things you can breed.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the Threadfin rainbows might be a good one, but they're definitely harder to raise.
Yeah.
So, like over here, I do these only in 2 foot, so.
Yeah.
But these Threadfin rainbows, they're about $30 each. They're really nice and pretty.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of females in there at the moment. You might, even if you're lucky, you start seeing babies up the top. But I don't think I see any yet. But yeah. The trick to breeding these is lots of infusoria, and I feed them lots of bug buffet as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can easily get a batch of 100 of them and sell them to a store for like $10 each.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying all this stuff. Like it depends on like where you are in the world too.
Yeah.
Like, just because they're all worth a lot here doesn't mean anyone wants to pay for them overseas.
Yeah. I think it's inspiring as well, just to be able to see all of this.
Yeah.
And get like a picture of what it looks like firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
The mecca of fish breeding.
Yeah.
For me, at least. I love being in here and playing with the fish. But
this is just grabbing my eye.
what, the ambulia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so
not
green.
I know, but it's not. You know why it's green? You want me to show you how I do the fertilizing thing?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Jason taught me this, and I love these little money-saving tricks that he has. We take. So I use. I don't like using anything complicated.
Yeah.
To fertilize all of our stuff here, this works too, but it was a little bit more expensive. This is a hydroponic fertilizer.
Yeah.
You can use stuff like that, or you buy it in bulk. Now, obviously, this store sells a lot of stuff to dealers and weed growers.
Yeah.
So they're probably using the same stuff. I don't grow weeds, so I don't know, but we fertilize plants with this. So if you want to make your plants grow quicker, I think it was $90 for this whole bottle.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is fill up like a container like this.
Yeah.
And I don't measure it really, but what I do, this gives all my plants like the trace elements they need. And I just go around the fish room like I do with the brine shrimp, And any tanks with plants, I just give them a couple of squirts. Seems to work really, really well. Makes the plants up the top go really green too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting off topic, but
It's cool though.
it's cool. Yeah, it's just
very
like, it's
interesting.
just us hanging out, having fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4-footers, I'd probably say rams are like the most profitable.
Yeah.
But like, if you're good at breeding anything, you can make money off of it. Like egg scatterers too. Like emerald rasboras at the moment are worth quite a bit of money. Probably like a shop would probably buy your emerald rasboras for $5 to $6.
Yeah.
In here, can you see them all? This is a worse tank for looking at them. But yeah, those are all $5 to $6. Those little emerald rasboras, and I breed them really, really easily. I put them in a tank like this, and there'll be heaps of eggs in here. We can actually harvest them if you want.
Yeah.
So what I do, container with mops in it. I just check it once a day and pull it out. Like you can see, doesn't matter what color the mops are, obviously. I'll take this rock out. I can already see the eggs in here. And I give this mop a little bit of a shake out to make sure there's no fish in it. And then all I do, this is the current tank with the next generation in it. I put the mop in just to get the eggs out that stayed in it. But look down the bottom of here. See all these little eggs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 50 in there.
Yeah.
Not saying they're all hatched, but if you're good at it, like there's 50 times $5, $250 a day worth of eggs. So, and you'll find the people to buy that. People love those.
Oh, yeah.
They're so pretty. Like the little micro rasboras and stuff in a planted tank, like, yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, so they're fun and they constantly breed, which is really nice. But like, I mean, honestly, just it all comes down to experience and do what you like doing. Like, do what's fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Do what you enjoy.
yeah, don't breed stuff just because Nick said to do it on a video. It's always changing, but it's all about the principle. So yeah, you could do those. Egg scatterers are really cool. We'll harvest this other one too if you want.
Yep.
This one, these have been laying a lot of eggs. Oh, have a look in there. So we've just technically got $500 worth of eggs. Not that we're going to sell that today.
Oh my goodness,
But,
I've just
you
seen
know,
them on camera.
Yeah, 6 months' time, maybe we will. But this has also been a really long road. I've had these fish for about 1.5 years, and it took me a long time to build my numbers up. And then now, these are my F1s that are breeding.
Wow.
So like, it's all patience, time, and it's very, 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 very rewarding. Like, I find this shit so fun. Like, just, yeah, looking in there and seeing all those little eggs. Oh, you want to see how I breed the pea puffers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright.
for sure. Let's do it.
It's really similar to this.
Yeah. That's the other thing about breeding that I think people really need to get into it because it's so rewarding.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate life.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you realise everything starts as something,
yeah.
you know? And you get to play God a little bit, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, and you can have like your own little family of fish.
Yeah, like, you know, like even that crayfish that we brought back from the outback.
Yeah.
It's just like my pet.
Yeah.
Like, here, I'll bring this over and we'll do a bit of fertilising over here. Like even these crypts, look at how well this mini monstera is growing.
Wow. What a bizarre leaf. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get it to grow away from the light because it keeps getting burnt.
I
It'll
had
grow
the
it up
same
there.
trouble in my fish room.
It's alright. The plant does fine, but
Just gets a bit
that'll
burnt.
do so well with that nutrient.
Yeah.
But yeah, the peas. So, look at all this anubias too. That'll grow really well with that fertilizer. But yeah, so peas. All right, we're gonna have to sneak over because I don't want to, you know, what's it? Yeah, I don't want to scare the zebra pleco with. It's up there, so don't even come close to it. But basically, I've got 10 adult peas. Again, patience. These take about 1 year to get to the size where they breed really, really well and consistently.
Yeah.
These are huge for pea puffers. Like, yeah, they're fatties. Like, when you sell peas, they're like that big.
Yeah.
But these are about that big. So, same as the other ones. I used to have a really stupid way of doing this where I'd move them tank to tank, like the rainbows. but now I just put all the spawning medium inside of a big container like this.
Yep.
And then we just do the exact same thing. You can see all the infertile eggs up the top. But we try and... Oh, there's a pair in there. But there's a heap of eggs. There's a trio in there. Grab them out, and we'll have a look at the clutch.
Do they blow up like other pufferfish? Or not as much?
Yeah, but like, I don't really see them. I've seen them like once or twice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like crazy. They don't have spikes or anything. It's not that cool. But yeah, like people, people complain about how much these cost over here. The price is definitely coming down. But overseas, I mean, even if these are only a couple of bucks, but you have fun doing it, it's still fun. Well, look at how many eggs are in there. They're not very fertile. Like you can see all the white dots, they're all infertile.
Yeah, but that shows the numbers.
Yeah, here, let's sneak it back. I don't want to spook that fish. I'll pour out I'll skim it, and then you can actually get a proper look. There's at least 100 eggs in here though. And this is about 3 days worth. Wow. So I feed them lots of live food, which makes them breed a lot, but over here would be the best place to look. See? So lots and lots of infertile, but there's still some in there that are fertilised.
Yeah. There's actually heaps.
Yeah. They're
And
really...
that's about 3 days.
Yeah, so what I want to do is put these in a pond outside at my new place.
Yeah.
And see if they just don't go apeshit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just start... Because I reckon that's the best way to breed them.
Yeah.
But the way I hatch them is... So I'll take them over exactly like the other tank. I just pour them into a tank and wait till there's babies. So you just sneak down here so we don't disturb that zebra. But here, see, they've just started to hatch out in here. There's one there.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. So I just pour them in here with cherry shrimp. The cherry shrimp keep the tank clean, and they eat some of the fungus on the other eggs, not all of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they screw with the hatch rate or whatever, but honestly, like, it's a hard fish to perfect. I've still got a lot of, like, it's all patience. Like, you got to figure out your processes with it. Yeah, I can only see that one hatchling in here. I think I've seen more, but whatever.
Be hard to spot.
Yeah, I'll pour these eggs in here too.
Yeah.
I'll put about, like, until these start free swimming, I'll keep adding eggs.
Keep adding it.
Yeah. But. Cool. So just like that, and then
How
eventually, eventually they all hatch out, and then you get like a tank like that one up there. Another one you can breed is corys. Corys are always popular, just like normal panda corys, or
They're always
gold
gonna
laser
sell.
corys, man.
Yeah.
I make so much money on gold laser corys.
Yeah.
Because they look so they look cool as. So like, for these, I feed lots and lots of live food. I've got to go through and pick out eggs, but look, egg. There's just full eggs in here. It needs to be someone's full-time job to go around and pick out these eggs for me.
Yeah.
I just don't have enough time.
Yeah.
But I just leave grow up the colony, put them in a tank like that with a spawning mop. Look at all the blackworm.
Yeah, it's actually living in the mop.
Yeah, so like they eat that and it conditions them up, and then you do a big water change and you'll get eggs. Like, look at all the infertile eggs here on the Similis. I just haven't been bothered to pick them.
Yeah, there's so many.
But yeah, like gold laser corys, these are really expensive and popular. They're about $30 each. There's an egg there.
Someone in here.
Yeah, they're very skittish for me.
That's nice.
They look cool in a planted tank. But the way I spawn these is, this is a super, super top secret beaters trick that I'm sharing because I wish someone would have shared it for me so I didn't have to go through all this testing. But you keep them in a tank like this. The trick for gold laser corys is cold water. So I've got the automatic water change system in here. I'll run a water change, and then I put like this big bag of ice in here.
Yeah.
And when I do the really cold water change, the next day there'll be like eggs everywhere.
Wow.
So I keep them conditioned. I've got a bag of coral full of blackworm,
Yep.
and they just eat off of this when they want food. See that?
Yeah.
So you can buy blackworms at shops and stuff like that, but these just kind of like self-culture in here.
Yeah.
And they'll eat off this bag of blackworms, and then that means they're permanently conditioned and ready to breed. See, they're all at the back there. And when it's time to breed, they go nuts.
So every time you want them to spawn, you just chuck a bag of ice in there.
Bag of ice and a water change, yep.
Yeah.
That always works.
Nice.
Cool. I mean, even look at this tank. Like, these barely breed for me, the stupid 397s, but look how many cherry shrimp are in here.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of bucks each. At least it pays for the tank, like all the food.
So many in here as well.
Luminatus as well, like all those sorts of things breed pretty well. We've talked about those a lot in the last video, right?
Yeah. All the Luminatus, blue eyes.
Yeah,
stuff
blue
like
eyes,
that.
like, yeah, just picking eggs.
Yeah.
Like, I keep them over here. Like this. And like there's just a big breeding group in there. So I raised up all those myself. And then I just keep them with a spawning mop. And every couple of days, like, you come through. Egg, 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 egg. Like, there's eggs everywhere. And what I do is pick them and we throw them into a container like up here. I've shown this a heap.
Yeah.
With methylene blue, and then once they start hatching out, they go into a 2-foot tank, like this one, and I grow them out from there. See them all at the top?
Yeah, there's heaps and heaps. And
Yeah, so and they eat bug buffet their whole life, a bit of brine shrimp, and there's shrimp in here too. So there's no shortage of shrimp here at the fish room. But yeah, you know, keep it simple.
That's the way.
So yeah.
Well, I reckon that covers a lot of information.
Yeah, we'll just keep doing these.
A lot of questions.
Videos.
Yeah.
They're fun. I like showing you around the fish room and
Yeah.
just chatting about different things, and yeah, it's fun.
So many awesome things in here.
Yeah, dude, there's always something to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never bored. So there's always something to play with and do, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It's definitely fun.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, bro.
All right, see you guys.